Amigos, Brad Evans here with the Week 6 Fantasy Football Free Agent Frenzy. Let's go in and get after it on this week's waiver wire snapshot. Again, we're assuming a $100 fab budget. All of these guys under 60% rostered right now in Yahoo leagues who receive votes but just missed the cut on the countdown this week. These are guys get anywhere between $1 to $5, and some of these names obviously have been featured in recent episodes of the free agent frenzy. But for those of you that are swimming in a baby pool, they may still be available given the shallowness of your league. But start off one of the deeper names, guy that had not one but 2 touchdowns this week, Xavier Hutchinson. Now, he's only getting around 3 targets per game, a stopgap, and only 14 team and deeper leagues of the bye heavy weeks already starting to kick in. He's worth like a buck or two. Kendra Miller, again, should be long gone right now in any kind of competitive format, but those of you that play in 8-teamers, maybe in the 10-teamer league, he is somebody that's worth a handful of buckaroos. Going to be playing second fiddle, Alvin Kamara. But if Kamara gets dealt at the trade deadline, which is November 4th, his role could multiply in a hurry. So keep him in mind. Mason Taylor at tight end. Feature him on this list. I believe last week I wrote about him a lot on my site, thegamingjuice.com. His role is really ramping up. Running over 30 routes per game right now for the Jets. I think he's going to be a fringe TE1 and 12-team formats rest of season. Oh, Romeo, we're out thou, Romeo. Should not be doing laps in the free agent pool. Again, largely unavailable. Any kind of challenging format that is out there, 8-teamer, 10-teamer. Yeah, he's worth a couple of bucks. Come off the bye week, a primo matchup for the Green Bay Packers. Should be able to take advantage and be maybe a minimum of a WR3 here in week numero 6. And then finally, Theo Johnson at tight end, a guy that's been a favorite of Jackson Dart, probably going to get another handful of targets in the upcoming matchup this week, taking on Eagles Fly on Thursday night. If you need a tight end plug and play, he's worth a couple of bucks. So there you have it. This week, the just off the cuff group of commodities that could be available at your disposal, depending upon the league size. Entertain their services. All right, let's get after it with the Week 6 Fantasy Football Free Agent Frenzy Countdown. And at numero 5, Michael Carter, only 39% rostered. Again, if you're in like a 12-team or deeper league, if you're in any kind of competitive format that is out there, bye-bye. He's long gone. Should not be sipping pina coladas in the free agent pool. But even in 10-teamers, he is somebody worth casting a line for. I think if you got some fab cash in that kind of format, you're looking at $12 to $16. We know that Trey Benson going to be sidelined for at least the next few weeks. It could be another 5 or 6 weeks coming off that meniscus repair. And Amari DiMercado, obviously the doghouse, but way to own your mistake, kid. I'm proud of you. Still dumbfounding that guy is continuously doing that almost every other week right now in the NFL. But Carter is the main dude right now in AZ. The secondary analytics are hideous. He has only got a 1.84 yak per tenth of the year. Has only forced a pair of missed tackles, but the 23 touches, pump up the volume, dance is the absolute key to his value with the 73 total yards, and he found the end zone in a plus matchup against the Tennessee Titans last week. Look at the upcoming schedule at Indy. Not the friendliest opponent there, as the Colts are number 11 in rush EPA defense, and against the Green Bay Packers, so more middle of the pack at number 17 in rush EPAD than the bye week. And then at Little D, definitely strap on a pair of boots because he'd be kicking the crap out of the opponent. And that one is Dallas, number 23 entering the week in rush EPA defense. So Carter definitely has some flexy, sexy appeal in 12-team and deeper formats. And again, with the buys starting to kick in, we only got a couple of buys this week. Somebody that is worth a plug and play the RB2 position, even in 10-teamers. So if he's still, again, a free agent, he shouldn't be. 12 to 16 bucks I'd be shelling out to acquire the Desert Bird. Marching on numero cuatro on the Week 6 of Fantasy Football Free Agent Frenzy. Ryan Flournoy of the Dallas Cowboys got only 2% rostered. I throw like probably $3 to $5 on a max of 7. Look, he is a guy taking advantage of the opportunity. Kamate Turpin obviously hurt last week, and he basically played that role, operating in the short to intermediate field. A player that against the Jets, 9 targets, 6 receptions for a $114 and no touchdowns. Probably going to be highly unlikely he's going to duplicate that. CeeDee Lamb will return here maybe in the next week or 3. So, his overall target share is going to be minimized, to say the least. He ran 21 routes. He's forced 3 missed tackles in the open field. He's operating out of the slot about a third of the time and outside 2/3 of the rest of the time. He's number 10, believe it or not, in yards per target at 10.6. Got an 83.3 catch percentage and a 18.4 passer rating when targeted. Now, Flournoy gets the Carolina Panthers this week, a middling pass defense, number 15 in drop back EPAD. Then the Commanders, below average in pass EPAD at number 17. And then the Denver Broncos. So we know when Pastor Surtain, maybe he is a point of emphasis if he does get, a ramp up an opportunity share. I don't know if that'll be the case because CeeDee Lamb, I suspect, may be back 3 weeks from now, but we shall see. By the way, the Broncos at number 4 in drop back EPA defense. So going away from Patrick Surtain may be the name of that game for the Dak attacking company. So again, Flournoy only in deeper formats, 12-team or more Cavaliers leagues where there's very little options available on waivers. $3 to $7. Again, 7 only in those really deep formats overall. All right, numero tres on this week's Fantasy Football Free Agent Frenzy Countdown. Kendrick, the Bourne Identity, absolutely drop, kick, and punch and kick the opposition on Thursday night, that being the LA Rams. Man, he was remarkable in that game, only 5% rostered. But similar situation as Flournoy took advantage of the opportunity. Remember, no Juwan Jennings, no George Kittle, no Ricky Pearsall played in that game. A bunch of walking, wounding players there for San Francisco. It was really surprising how well they performed. Get the dub on the road against a healthy Rams team. Beyond bizarre, but that's the NFL for you. No freaking logic at times what it stands for. But Bourne, I think probably, similar as Flournoy, worth anywhere between $3 to $7 in Fab Cash. Next 3 games at Tampa. If he gets an opportunity, let's say Jennings is sidelined. It's not like Ricky Pearsall's training in the right direction, but Jennings, if he can't make it back, maybe he's a plug and play as a flex position or a WR3 in deeper formats because the Buccaneers are number 27 and drop back EPA defense. Then Atlanta, number 8 in that category. That one at home for San Francisco. Then at Houston, numero dos and drop back EPA defense. So he's merely a Band-Aid for a week, maybe a depth add in case the injuries mount up again for San Francisco as the season drags on. Again, you can't get out of your head. 11 targets, 10 catches, $142 last Thursday night, earning all the tequila. He's caught 78.3% of his pass attempts. Decent 1.75, but not extraordinary in the yards per route run category. And he's got a 108.2 passer rating when targeted. So do not give up all of the fat golden nuggets for the 49er. But again, $3 to $7, I think is worth the investment. Hey, friendly reminder, folks, sign up with my partners, Betalytics. They're awesome. Fantastic tools at your disposal for all of your fantasy football player needs and research and your player props, the projections that are there. The standard side and total projections as well. Very fancy schmancy brand new app that they rolled out a couple of weeks ago. All night mode, beautifully designed, lots of easy navigation, and you get the math whiz and her projection. It's a great Rachel Kryshak. Go get it all at Betalytics.com. Use promo code JUICE. That's promo code JUICE for 25% off today. Numero dos on the football, a free agent frenzy countdown ahead of week 6. And of course, we're talking fantasy all the time. A.J. Barner of the Seattle Seahawks out there. Absolutely being a shot caller right now. Only 3% rostered. I think he's worth $6 to $10. That's why he's really high on this list. He has been a touchdown scoring machine here to begin the season. Guy's already got 4 TDs on the year. He is at tight end 7 in overall fantasy scoring at a half-point PPR, and he's coming off a very impressive season high 7 targets, season high 7 receptions for 53 yards, and not one but 2 touchdowns, and that pew shootout affair against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's averaging close to 20 routes run per game, so not really tied the line. He's number 7 in yards per target among all tight ends, 8.4 specifically in that category, earning a 97.5 passer rating when lined up in the crosshairs by Sam Darnold. Look at the next 3 matchups for him. At Jacksonville, the Jaguars, number 3 in drop back EPA defense, have been outstanding on the back end defensively. Then Houston, who I've already mentioned, also quite good at number 2 in drop back EPAD. So not supreme matchups by any stretch in those pair of games. In the bye week of that Washington, that is a premium matchup. And again, a lot of the drop back EPA data pertains to the wide receiver position. So that means the middle of the field could be wide open in small chunks. So Barner could, get some snack size accumulations. And if he finds the end zone as well, then you're going to, say, hey, it was worth the investment all diggity day long. So $6 to $10 for a guy that just continuously gets end zone spikes. I'm a buyer on A.J. Barner and numero dos here on the countdown. Numero uno on the week 6 fantasy football free agent frenzy countdown. Kamani Vidal, the LA Chargers running back, only 2% roster. I think I'll go 9 to 14. You're saying, what? You're not going to go more? Amari Hampton's on IR, bro. Yes, I understand that. I got to be missing the minimum of 4 weeks with that bum ankle. But Azan Haskins is going to be involved in some capacity, unknown. Now, Haskins is the big-bodied back at 6'2", 228 pounds. Meanwhile, Vidal is a guy that is much smaller at 5'8", 213 pounds. So he's built like a fire hydrant, but he is a superior pass catcher. And if you look at the advanced analytics as well, he's a hell of a lot better in terms of yards after contact per attempt at 3.25, Haskins at 2.60. There was a near 50-50 split in snap share when Amari Hampton exited stage left. And I think a lot of the script is going to influence how Vidal is going to be used. But he's a superior pass catcher. I think has more 3-down tendencies than Haskins does. But Haskins may steal a goal line opportunity or two. I think both the guys obviously are investable options for you. Haskins probably worth anywhere between 5 to 7. But although that 9 to 14 range, I do believe applies. I mean, you look at what's upcoming matchup-wise, you get the Baltimore Ravens, who are just sad and depressing right now, number 31 in rush EPA defense. So Vidal definitely at a minimum flexy sexy in week 6, and then at Jacksonville, number 14 rush EPAD, then the bye week, and then the fleur-de-lis, the New Orleans Saints, and their saving grace is in the trenches on run defense, as they are number 9 in that category of this season, rush EPAD. So again, Vidal, I think, is the guy you want to target in 12-team and deeper leagues. 10-teamers, you might say, I'll pass, save my fab cash or something that could be better coming down the chute. There's always another train coming with the injury. I'm constantly lurking in the world of fantasy football. So Vidal tops the countdown this week. And a friendly reminder, too, before I get out of here, sign up at thegamingjuice.com, you jackwagons. It's absolutely free. All of my fantasy football rankings live there right stinking now. My fantasy flames at quarterback and running back for week 6 already live on the site. I'm going to be cranking out additional content, including some player prop action. You can always check out my always free, transparent, and public spreadsheet there. I've already got a couple of bets locked and loaded for week 6. Nathaniel Lundy, he's got his drop of the buck and making some Bucks hockey picks on his spreadsheet as well. Opening night, I believe, last check, is tonight in the NHL. So get it all. You can ask me a question or click Ask Brad at the top. I'll answer at my leisure, at my convenience. So sign up today at thegamingjuice.com. Click, converse, and cash, ... Maybe. Again, it's absolutely free. All right, good luck in fantasy football week 6. Plug those gaps, Team Huevos. And until next time, adios, amigos.